Rogue Company. Hi-Rez Studios' brand new third-person shooter game. But how exactly does it play? What can you play it on? And when can you play it? All of these questions and more we'll be answering in today's brand new YouTube video. Let's go. So you may have heard a few bits and bobs about Rogue Company now. I believe they first announced it back in September to the public, and as of the past few days, it's become playable in an alpha form. If you are interested in signing up, you can go to roguecompany.com. But be aware, for you guys and for me, the game is currently under NDA, which means non-disclosure agreement. So we can't really talk too much about what we are playing on that alpha version. In regards to this video, I'm just going to be talking about the playable demo that was available at HRX, otherwise known as Hi-Rez Expo, over in DreamHack from the 15th to the 17th of November. So I may have played builds before, I may have played builds after, but we are just going to be talking about what was playable on the show floor. Now I am going to be showing minimal gameplay, if not any gameplay at all, because I don't want to break that NDA, but I can talk about what I did play on that show floor if you guys didn't get a chance to see the live stream. So as I mentioned earlier, Rogue Company is a third-person shooter with a heavy focus on gunplay. Think CSGO crossed with Rainbow Six Siege, but in a third-person perspective, and you're kind of getting towards what Rogue Company is. At Hi-Rez Expo, there were two playable game modes. There was a 4v4 called Extraction and a 2v2 called Wingman. In both instances, the objective was to run towards the center of a map. An objective would randomly spawn. In this instance, it was a laptop. You had to hack the laptop and then keep control of it for the next 30 seconds, I want to say, in order to win the round. Now, you could also win by defusing the enemy team's hacked laptop, or you could just simply kill all the enemies on the other team. By comparison, I would say this game was pretty similar to Search and Destroy on Call of Duty Modern Warfare, or perhaps just the classic competitive mode for CSGO. You only get one life per round. You can be downed, and your teammates can revive you, but you do die pretty fast in this game, and as I say, once you're dead for that round. It goes up to 5, so each team, it's the first of 5 points, and as I say, you get the points by capturing the objective or killing the enemies. Each round you'll get small amounts of cash, sometimes more if you're killing more players or playing the objective better, and you can use that cash to buy items from the item store, as you can in a sort of CSGO. So each class has a particular loadout. I do want to stop here for a second and just say that everything I'm talking about now will probably be subject to change. This version of the game that we played at Hi-Rez Expo was the alpha. By the time it's playable to the public, it will probably be much further developed, and the core concepts of the game will be pushed out further, but we're just going to be talking about, as I say, what we played on the show floor there. So just so everybody knows, if you're listening to me talking about the game right now, this is as it was then. This is not the final product. There will be, many iterations on Rogue Company. But anyway, each character, they have a loadout, so they have mercenaries. I think on the show floor, I want to say there was about 8 different playable characters. They have a series of perks that you could buy for a certain amount of money. Each character had 2 guns you could also buy. You start off with just a pistol and the sort of talent each character has. So, for instance, one of the characters that I was playing quite a lot of and enjoying is called Dallas. He starts off with a revolver, and his ability that you can use once per round is like a reveal. So you press Q on the keyboard, I'm not sure what it was on the controller, and that will reveal one enemy on the team who has the highest score at that time for about the next 5 seconds, and it reveals them through walls to you and your teammates. So pretty powerful ability, but as I say, you can only use it once per round, and it only lasts for 5 seconds. Some other characters might have a smoke screen that they can deploy at their feet. They could throw out barbed wire. One of the other pretty powerful characters was able to throw out a drone that could revive a teammate once per round. So that's what the starting loadout looks like. Usually a pistol or a revolver, maybe an SMG on some characters, and you have like your one-time use ability. Now you can't upgrade that ability is locked in how it is, but you can upgrade the pistol that you start with, at least you could in the version that I played. You could also buy 2 different guns, and some characters the guns were pretty powerful, going up to a sniper rifle, but like I say, that gun was only available for that particular character. If I was to play a different character, there would be different guns available in the shop, along with gadgets, which include grenades and sensor drones, concussion, like flashbangs, and a whole series of perks, which increase like your speed, how much health you get back when you down somebody, how fast your health regenerates, and stuff like that. Now, Hi-Rez have said that Rogue Company will be playable on every platform on its release. This includes Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox, and PC. There will also be cross-platform play between all of them. It would also be free to play on all platforms. That is just Hi-Rez's promise. They make free-to-play games. I imagine you'll be able to buy skins, potentially battle passes throughout Rogue Company, maybe even unlock mercenaries down the line. I'm not entirely sure what their monetization plan is, but we can assume skins will be involved. This is also Hi-Rez's first game they've made on the Unreal 4 engine, at least the first like big project. Previously, Smite, Paladins, Realm Royale, all Hi-Rez's like big mainline titles have all been made on the Unreal 3 engine. So this is going to be a significant step up in resources for the game. It also probably help with making the game look nicer. The Unreal 4 engine, obviously the next step up from Unreal 3, and just gives a lot more tools for the developers to use to make the game look nicer and run smoother. So it really does seem like Hi-Rez are going down a different route with Rogue Company. Previously, what we've seen from Realm Royale or Paladins, even Smite, is they take sort of a concept that is out there and put a Hi-Rez twist on it, add a little bit of goofiness, and I mean that in the nice possible way, to a game that exists out there, and then polish it up. Rather, this time it seems like they are taking a game that's out there, making it really polished, and then perhaps further down the line they will add some goofiness to it. It's kind of hard to see exactly what the Hi-Rez twist is on Rogue Company yet. It just seems to be a well-made, polished game with a really good emphasis on gunplay. Now, I do have my concerns about this being the sort of selling point for the game, because I would say that if you want to play a well-polished game that focuses on gunplay, you could play CSGO, or you could play Rainbow Six Siege. Now, obviously, both of those are in first person. Rogue Company is in third person, so that may set it aside from the market. But based on everything I've told you guys so far, I'd be interested to hear, what are your thoughts? Does Rogue Company sound like something that would interest you? If you feel like there is something that I haven't really covered too well on Rogue Company and you have more questions, feel free to ask in the comments down below. I'll try my best to respond to everything I can. As of right now, this is pretty much all I can talk about when it comes to Rogue Company. Like I say, there is an NDA on the game, so I can't really show you much in the way of gameplay. But as soon as that NDA is lifted, you can bet your biscuits we'll have a whole bunch of videos here to help you guys get into Rogue Company, and I can give you all the tips and tricks that I've been learning behind the scenes in order to get this swagalicious trophy that I have here. So yeah, that's Rogue Company, guys. Once again, if you do want to sign up for the alpha, go to roguecompany.com. You can sign up for Xbox, PS4, Nintendo Switch, PC, pretty much all platforms where your normal games would be available. Not mobile currently, but who knows in the future. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you go ahead and click that like button. If you want more content from your boy Baggins in the future, go ahead and click subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.